How about that? It's a little bit different. I know. It's not as spectacular as the horse, but I was really drawing a blank. You know, I was thinking about other things I could pick to use. And there's just so many, all the advancements that have been made on the holograph overlay technology are in this app. I haven't found a single fucking other one that's got it. The one I used the holograms for, which actually was already well established in the hologram shit. What do I know about holograms? What I know about holograms? I don't know shit. But I know that the Draco Alpha Draconin shapeshifting reptiles are supposed to be using some sort of holographic projection onto their self. Not very unlike what is seen here, but imagine something more advanced that could just shoot lights up onto your head. They have a whole city like that in Call of Duty, where when you jump out of the plane, my voice is getting all fucked up. Where you jump out of the plane, you see a giant dome. It's called New Vision City, and it's just projected from projectors that are around it. Because when you leave the city, you leave it out. There's no wall, but you fade through the whatever the hell you run through, which is the barrier. It's like a barrier that you would normally not see. Maybe that's a clue. All these games, which are opportunities to learn something new, something that's going on, they're not about killing each other. Obviously, we could get better as fuck at killing each other and we would just end up being alone. And what the fuck is the point of that? There's no point in that. But with the just learning how to focus an attack with a gun, because that's what we have, and that's the way our mind works, that's analogous to us just using our attention. You could fucking heal someone. You could, um, protect them. Whatever may be the case, the same logic is implied that you have to build upon it. But the best way to learn how to shoot a target is to shoot it with a gun, a bow and arrow, something that's going to do it in. But when you do that, you're going to learn that your awareness is just as potent as a gun. Where you aim your brain, where you aim your intentions, has a very important effect on if you're building a reality, building one you can trust, building one you can interact with or not. Like, so when I saw my ex, I gave her some stuff. And I talked to my uncle today, and he told me, I said, what? He was in his truck, and he was communicating using the speakers of his truck and all that, which I'm slightly familiar with, but as I'm not driving, I've not been experiencing the phone call and distractions of the phone. I have been, in a way, driving this boat, which I like to call the trailer. It's a crazy idea. I understand it may not be one people are familiar with, but just consider us moving through time, space, and space-time in a vehicle that is just the bubble of land that we're on. In chess, they call the rook the castle. The castles are like on the corners. If you don't move the rook and you don't move the bishop, you can castle. You can put your king into the castle, but there's a certain way you got to do that in the chess game. You can't move the other pieces that are going to be moved, or you're not able to do the castling. So it makes some pieces Like, you can't move the bishop out of there, and you can't move the rook, or you wouldn't be able to castle with that move. You can on the other side, but that's not the side that you have defending your king. The one that you defend your king on that side is however it is. See, chess, because of the mirroring and the weird way that the elements are in the game of chess, the elements are in the game of chess. There's a game called Enochian chess where they just build it out further, and it's fucking crazy. But nobody sees that game. I've seen of it. I've never seen it actually physically played. I've seen pictures of it. But they're doing that using the advanced physics model, which maybe they don't give to us the same way. Or maybe we just have to take it back, because those Enochian angels, or whatever the hell they were, which is actually why it's Enochian chess, named after Enoch from the Bible. Enoch. There's actually 2 Enochs in the Bible, but Enoch was one of Cain's sons, or whatever. He was a builder. He was the one that liked to build shit. He was the smith. He was a very distinct character in a way. I don't think it's because, well, Enoch's not the bad guy. But in the instances when the angels that fell are trying to talk to God because they're in trouble, they had to use Enoch, because Enoch was the messenger of God at that time. He wasn't an angel, but he was the man's kind representative, like a prophet or something like that. The normal people masses don't communicate with the, well, what do you want to call it? That's a good question. What do you want to call it? It's the higher spirit, but it's also your spirit. It's sort of the same. I mean, because there's a God, and then there's the God that you create in your mind. And all the bullshit about, I guess, the other, what is false gods, there's only one true God. Well, there's beings that are way higher than us that aren't necessarily gods, but they might as well be because of the technology level that they have. And then they might as well be because if you just keep anchoring through the fool heart until you get to something more deeper and substantive, what you find is that there is the grand creator, the prime creator. That's the gods that they worship. Maybe they're not all having supper and high-fiving each other at the mansion in outer space together, because the actual God creator, whatever that thing is, it's so much more badass than what we know, that we really have to get our perceptions in alignment to be able to even consider it. Or the aliens would just scoop in and play God themselves, like they like to do, having us worship them, and they will give us some technology. You might do the same thing if you were in an instance where you found a bunch of butt-naked people in the woods. If they didn't kill your ass, you might be able to actually use that effect, the cargo cult, what is it, cargo cult? It's something like that. You would use the cargo cult as an example on what not to do, I would think. But I'm just sort of brainstorming. It's 11:11, and as of 12 midnight tonight, it's going to be blue magnetic storm. Now, my ex, who I do love, I love greatly, as an important piece of this puzzle that I noticed, and I made a point to give her my green pyramid of the little ones that I've got. I've got a set of 7. This is my this is the one I use as my middle, my biggest one that I got. I've actually got some that I make, and I've coiled a little crystal and put it in there myself. But I bought these from another person that makes them with the idea in mind that it was to support the local community and anyone that's local or myself that's actually making the same product. What did you find about this product? This product is fucking badass. The psychoactive component of the orgone is that it brings into awareness the weird connections of things, like the weird connections that different people may represent, different items that you have may represent. It seems to uncloak that potential as far as I see. And it's about to go into another stage of development. I'm very excited to have you to say. Because with giving the heart to the person that carries the heart is the next wave, the magnetic storm. Which I totally get it. I see it now. At least I see something that was very difficult to see before. And this has been an area that I've been mining, as it were. Not literally, but as it were, this whole time. Because we're tapped into it here. At this location, we are in the dead center of the latitude of Great Pyramid. Or longitude, I don't know, one or the other. Now, my ability to articulate this isn't all the way there yet, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And I'm trying to consciously approach that area, but it feels like it's with a whole camp of people that are just people. It's just all of us who are in the human condition and considering it to some degree a hell state. I'd known at Good Friday, maybe before that, that it would be the story of going into the underworld after crucifixion, which actually serves a lot more of a purpose if you look and then let go of the societal factor, if that makes sense. There's all kinds of hallucination shit going on in the background. It's tripping me out. Am I getting any glitches? Does this bald eagle make me look fat? These are just ideas for consideration. I'm following my instincts on some of this, but this is the discovery mode and laying some of it open to show that the correspondence with oneself and one's own family and what you can turn that into with the future and an even bigger family is actually quite fucking stunning and profound to wrap your mind around it. You could wrap your car around a tree, but the mind would be a better tool in this case to wrap around it, or to not shoot it like a bullet. It's not to be a gun. This is the alchemy of transmuting Scorpio into Eagle. This is what it is. This is what it's about. I'm very surprised and amazed to share that it's fucking going good. It's going pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. But I'm going to have to be more on that later. I just wanted to stop in here with this head that I didn't know yet I had, so I could probably put a heart on it. I fucking like it because you love it. See, I don't do all this yet, and it's not that I don't care or I'm not interested. It's that I'm overly caring and interested and not exactly sure Can I turn into this? What the fuck? Hold on. I had this picture so long ago. Are you kidding me? This is not it. This is close. Hey.